Hi, this is another short presentation for BIBOP and its features. Something I've mentioned before is here on the tickets page. Now the feed is running and I have the IV as extrapolated with my own algorithm and the one that is reported by IB. They're very similar, and I will probably accept it as the way it is. I will try and analyze the possible discrepancies or slight differences. We're not dealing with an exact world with an exact science, so there can be and there will be differences. They look okay to me, but I will try another algorithm. Hopefully that is not too demanding in terms of computer resources. This one is very fast, but can sometimes have trouble converging. At the moment, the IV graph comes from the IB data, and I will just add a button to select which data you want, because eventually I would like in my vol surface to be self-sufficient, independent, so not rely on IB other than for prices. Okay, so now let's go to the pricer quickly. There is one column here. I mean, this is the IV reported by IB. This is the calculated IV. That is exactly the same as on the tickets page. And this is here a model IV. The model IV is the one I'm going to release first. This is the one that will work okay or more than okay, and that is actually easy to extrapolate along the passage of time, so building a vol surface. It will work fine for RTT type positions, and as I've said before, for all put-based long-dated options, mostly OTM to far OTM. This is the simplest model. So this is the first one that will be released, and in a future version you will have a choice to select which model for which type of strategy you want to deal with. Something here which I've shown in previous presentations is that there is, as you can see, this is row 1 and row 3, and here this is a row 2 which is hidden, and here you see that there's a number 32. Why that? Because I'm actually using a VLOOKUP function to actually retrieve data from the tickets page. And here, if I go to the tickets page and I go to the 30 column number 32, actually I have hidden this, and it's just for to make it look, yeah, there it is. And you can see the column 32 is marked. So if you want to collect other data, for example, you want to have the bid IV and the ask IV, you go to the pricer page and you just change that number. If I put 35 here and I rename this column bid IV, I will have bid IV here. So this is just a little example to show that by working with Excel you can have a lot of flexibility. If there's data you would like me to download, extract from interactive brokers, I can certainly add it here. Right, so this is the little thing to show that it is quite flexible and versatile. Now let's go to the Black and Scholes. As I've said so many times, a model is just as good as the data that is processed. It is a single options pricer. So here I am trying to model a 2,800 put for the September expiry. The expiry is now less than 10%, so this is why I'm actually placing a little note that this is a time where close to the money options will start being affected by the vol smoke. What is important is that the model seems to tally the bid ask. So my theoretical calculation for a 2800 call is $76, 76.57. It is not far. Actually, it is somewhere in between the bid ask. I am not saying that you can arbitrage and try and get something at the mid being 76.20. So you could say, well, I'm going to buy it now at 75.95, and because the theoretical price is 76.43, I can make a quick buck. No, that usually doesn't work that way. So don't be too hopeful. What is more important is that with the data that I'm using for the modeling, is more important is that we are within a reasonable range. If the theoretical price is somewhere between the bid and the ask, your modeling is not doing too badly. And this is a distance to mid, so this is a calculated price versus the mid. and we are within a fair range. You can, if you want, you can choose to use the U, which is the dividend-free substitute for the underlying. So if you click yes here, it will retrieve the data right here. So basically the 2858, it will place it here. So if I go here, if I click true and I recalculate, it will recalculate every 30 seconds, but let's go quickly and recalculate. Yeah, 2858. And here, if I use this version, I must choose not to have the dividend yield. So now recalculate this sheet, and you can see that we are slightly off. I would be careful about using this. I might have to review my forward calculation, because this U comes from a forward calculation using the options chain over 5 or 10 strikes and working out the forward price using the put call parity. This is more imprecise. So that is why we should be careful with this until I have a better formula or a more accurate calculation for this figure. And I believe the theory behind it is correct, but for the time being, I would advise, until I make this forward and the call parity work better, I will suggest that we use this standard model, which seems to show calculations that are within a fair range of accuracy. Let's calculate. This one looks more correct for now. 7816. Yeah, probably on the high side of the bid-ask range. The market makers may have a slightly different pricing algorithm, but this is correct enough. And as you can see, the puts are actually slightly overpriced. So again, this is not an exact. This is, and of course, with the underlying changing abruptly, now it's changing quickly. It was 2860 when I started this presentation. Do not assume that you have an arbitrage opportunity here. This is probably slightly overpriced. Okay, that's it for now, and I hope I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.